welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for today's video guys, I will show you how I turned this old man's shirt into a cute puff sleeve dress. So I saw this shirt from one of the boxes here, and which belongs to my uncle, and the color catches my attention, and so I grabbed it and reformed it into a puff sleeve dress. How did I make it? Come and let's get started. We will seam rip the pocket first. This is the very first thing I always do when I'm working on with this kind of shirt. I have to work on very slowly because the fabric is thin. I might cut a little that causes damage to the fabric. I cut the collar first and then seam rip the sleeves as well to give me more space to work, and will set aside the sleeves because we will be using this for later. Instead of just cutting the sleeves directly, I decided to rip it so that the folds or the raw edges will be my label in folding it again. I don't know how should I explain it, but I hope you'll get what I wanted or what my point is. I also cut the back part of the shirt, which we usually see in men's polo. I casually cut it at the back bodies and also at the shoulders. Cutting it along the seams so that the old seams will be out. Next thing I did was I also cut the bottom of the shirt to make it straight, since we don't like seeing that wavy bottom. So I had to cut it first to make it straight and clean. Cutting also the fabric at the top of the shirt to make it even with the back bodies. Turn the shirt inside out since I'll be marking on it. I will make another armhole and turn this old armhole a part of the side seams. I'm making sure that both the edges of the bottom and top part are equally aligned before cutting. But before that, I have to make a line first at the sides to cut for the new side seams. It is to make sure that the old armholes aligns to the side seams. I fold the dress and pin it along the sides to stay in place. After pinning, I cut the excess fabric and leave a ½ inch of allowance. I'm measuring 2 inches from the edge to the inside, and then from the top, I measured 3 inches down and then connect the markings by creating a line. To cut the new armhole evenly, I will fold them and make sure that both the sides of the shirt is even and then cut it. After that, we will join the sides of the shirt by sewing it with straight stitch and zigzag stitch for a cleaner look. Once the sides are all sewn, we will also sew the center opening of the shirt. We will close it in order to make it look like a dress. As I sew it, I make sure that the needle will not reach the buttons. It is to prevent the needles to be broken. Anyway, I decided to change the buttons into white to make it more girly. Now, I am pinning the top of the shirt to hem it. I just fold it twice, a little, so that we'll still have a lengthy dress. And then, we will now sew it to close. We will now attach an elastic at the top of our shirt. When attaching the elastics, I have to lock it first at the edge and then sew it with zigzag stitch. As I am sewing, do not forget to stretch the elastic. It is to have a perfect gather at the top of our dress. As you can see, I attached the elastic band along the lines of the folds. We will start working for our puff sleeves. So I ripped first the seams of the sleeves to open it and for us to also rip the hem of the sleeves. I have to rip the bottom of the sleeves because I want it to be longer and that we can have a thin fold of our hem. Once done, we will hem again the bottom of our sleeves and folding it a half to the old hem of the sleeves. Pinning it first and sew it with a straight stitch to close. After hemming the bottom, we will hem the upper part of the sleeves for a cleaner look. After that, we will now attach the elastics to the sleeves following the folds. I am also attaching elastics at the bottom of the sleeves following the old seam markings. We can also measure 1/2 inch distance from the folds to attach the elastics. We can now join the ends of the sleeves, pinning it first and then sew it with straight stitch and zigzag stitch. After joining, we will now attach the sleeves onto the dress. We will be pinning it first both side seams and then continue pinning it to the top. Sewing it with straight stitch and zigzag stitch. We will go down to our bottom for hemming. And since the dress is too short for me, I decided to add this tulle fabric at the bottom. I decided to directly pin it to the dress, but as I continued to pin it, I noticed that the tulle might not be sewn entirely because both the fabric and the tulle frays easily. So, I decided to fold both the raw edges of the dress and the tulle to make it more secure. After folding, I can now attach the tulle to the dress. Right sides facing together. Pinning it first to stay in place and sew it with straight stitch. Don't forget to top stitch. It is to make the tulle down and flat. For our last step, coming from the top, I measured 5.5 inch downward and put some markings. This will be our basis in putting our elastics to fit it onto our lower bust. So I just attach the elastics under the markings I made earlier. Here's our puff sleeve dress. That's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I thank you for still watching it up until here. So guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and click the bell button for you to get updated once I upload another video. See you on my next video, guys. Bye!